Started playing soccer about age 4. I was a midfielder, striker, whatever. Probably everyone just running around in the same circle, to be honest. But I enjoyed scoring goals at that point. For some reason, I was good at scoring goals. I think my first experience with goalkeeping was about age 12 or 13. It was an indoor game, and for whatever reason, the guy that usually plays goalkeeper, I'm not sure if he wasn't there or if they wanted to switch it up in the second half, whatever it was, but I played a half of a game and found out that I was actually decent at it, but even more so I enjoyed it. I played basketball predominantly. I played baseball growing up until high school. I kicked for the football team for 1 year, so I was kind of all over the place. Basketball was the one that I played most other than soccer, and I think as a goalkeeper it really helped me. It helped my physical ability, it helped my eye-hand coordination, my fitness levels, all those things. And you know, without that I don't think that I would have been able to progress at the rate that I did as a goalkeeper. But there's a lot of similarities between basketball and soccer players when it comes to goalkeeping. So for me, I think it was a good choice to play both. I hung out with obviously a lot of the basketball players and the football guys. I didn't really hang out with a lot of the soccer team, to be honest, in high school. So a lot of my friends were you know, defensive linemen, wide receivers, quarterbacks, basketball players. My best friend still to this day his position was a tight end, and I was actually always kind of the shorter one, and not necessarily the bulky one or anything like that. So I never really stood out for being tall until I stepped on soccer fields. Through high school, you know, in basketball season, I would lift a fair amount just to fill out the jersey. So when the girls watched, you know, I wasn't a scrawny little kid. But not until I really got to college did I really get in the gym a lot. So my degree was a bachelor's of marketing management. You know, I finished that in the time I was at Akron, and you know, if I were to go back, I don't know if I would choose exactly that major. I think I've been drawn a little bit more to finance, you know, through my courses when I was in school, but I had already declared my major. You know, I have a wife and kids at home, so I don't have as much free time as I did maybe 6-7 years ago. When it comes down to it, the offer that MLS provides us to get a master's and an MBA, for me it's something that I wanted to do anyways, but when the relationship and the deal became part of it, it would have been crazy for me not to. I come to training and I train the same amount of hours. I'm putting the same amount of work in off the field that I normally would. The difference is now where I find time to study, whether it's in the evenings, on the weekends. And to be fair to my family, you know, during certain parts of the courses, there's times where I have to go to the cafe for, you know, a few hours and really lock in to try to get something done before a deadline. And that's time that maybe, you know, 6 months ago I wasn't taking away from my family. But I think they also understand that at the end of the day, the reason I'm putting that time in and that sacrifice is because I want to better off our situation when I am done playing. And you know, I think that they can appreciate that and understand that. It's kind of funny, I didn't drink coffee all through college. My first year as a professional, I didn't drink coffee. I always hated the smell. My mom would have coffee you know, brewing in the morning when I was a kid, and like almost to the point where I was like gagging because I couldn't stand the smell of it. And then when I was playing in Baltimore, I started drinking coffee. And from then on, you know, it started as 1 cup a day before training. And then I came to Montreal, and Montreal is a coffee city, right? So I fell in love with the coffee culture, different cafes, different parts of the city. And now I've taken that to my house, and you know, we have a couple different ways of drinking coffee at my house, and I kind of spice it up a little bit, espresso, normal coffee, lattes, whatever it might be. Whereas my wife is strictly not black coffee, but filtered coffee. You know, getting prepared for training and stuff like that is when I take the most coffee, as opposed to when I'm, you know, reading a text or an article, you know, later in the evening that I need to for school.